Assalamu alaikum guys. In the previous videos we had already discussed some different types of operators in C language. The ones you can see on the screen, those which are highlighted in yellow, we have already discussed them, but the rest we haven't discussed them yet. So in today's video we are going to discuss the conditional operator. So let's have a look at the conditional operator. So in C, the conditional operator is also known as the ternary operator. It is called so because it requires three operands in order to operate on something. Just like the unary operators require just one operand and the binary operators require just two operands, the ternary operator or the conditional operator in C requires three of them. As we already know, in C, conditional statements help us in the decision-making processes so that we can take different decisions depending on different situations and take our program into different directions. Very often in C, we see that these conditional statements which help us in decision-making depend on the output of an expression, just like in the case of if-else. And the conditional operator or the ternary operator is no exception to this. It is very similar to the if-else conditional statements which you might be or might not be familiar with. So the symbols, as you can see, this question mark and this colon, these two are used for the syntax of the ternary operator as a form of representation. So let's have a look at the syntax and what it is capable of. So as you can see, we have our three expressions or three operands which we require for the ternary operator. This is the expression 1 here. Then we have the expression 2 and the expression 3. So what does this operator do for us? So the first expression is the condition. So this first expression may return a true or a false, which depends on the type of expression it is. So two cases will arise. Either this expression returns a true or it returns a false. In case it returns a true, then this second expression, expression 2, this will either be executed or whatever this expression returns will be stored in a variable. In the second case, this first expression might not return a true value, it will return a false. Then the third expression will be executed, not the second, or it might return a value or something which will be stored again in this variable. So in this syntax, as you can see, we have this question mark. We apply this question mark after the first expression, which is the condition, enclosed within braces. This is very important, these braces. And after that, the second expression is the entity that we want to execute if the first expression returns a true value. In case it does not return a true value, we execute the third expression, and these two expressions are separated by this colon here. And also, these two expressions which will be executed depending on the first expression are also enclosed within braces. We can also look at the syntax in a different way. Suppose no variable is involved, then simply we have three expressions, and if the first expression is true, then the second expression will be executed. If it is not true, then the third expression will be executed. So that's pretty much all about the syntax of the ternary operator. But to completely understand this, we need to look at some examples. So imagine you are in your school and the school authorities have organized a camping program, but they're only taking the students who are in higher secondary division for the program and not the students who are younger. So you have to write a program to partially select which students are eligible for this camping program and which students aren't. So we will execute this using the ternary operator. So as you can see, we have the main function, we have included the standard library, and first of all we have declared an integer age. Then there is the printf statement which prints a message for the user to enter his or her age. Then using the scanf statement, we take this age and store it in at the address of the age variable. And now we have our ternary operator in action. So first of all, let me show you which case this is. It's this case in which the variable is not involved. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So first of all, we have the first expression, age greater than 18. So as you can see, expression 1. And after that, we have the question mark. And followed by the question mark, we have the expression 2, as you can see here. So if age is greater than 18, then obviously the first expression will return a true, and this thing will be executed and we'll get a message, you are eligible for the camping program. In case this first expression, expression 1, is not true, then it will return a false and the expression 3 will be executed, as you can see here. So let's have a look, which says that you are not eligible for the camping program. So let's run this thing. So as you can see, it asks me to enter the age. So imagine I'm still in 10th grade, and obviously I'm not going to be above 18. So let's write something like 16 or 15. Let's write 16, and it shows you're not eligible for the camping program because this first expression didn't return a false, it returned true, and the expression 2 was executed. And if I write something like 19, it shows you are eligible for the camping program. And even if I write something like if I go for 18, it will still show that I'm eligible. So this is very simple stuff. So let's have a look at the second example, which is this case. This case over here, in which the variable is involved. So why and under what circumstances will a variable be involved? Let's have a look at that. So here you can see we have another program. Again, the main function, we have the standard input output library, and I have defined this thing cutoff as 52. So imagine that you appeared for some entrance examination, a competitive exam, and now you have your score and you want to see if you got what you wanted or not, if you passed this entrance exam or not. So if you want to write a program on something like this, let's have a look. So first of all, we have the floating point variable score, which will obviously be for your score, because often in these examinations the score is not an integer or a whole number, it is usually in decimals. So after that, we have declared a char variable and named it status. So we print a message for the user, enter your competitive exam score, and using the scanf statement we store the score at the address of this floating point variable score. And after that, in this variable status, so what kind of variable is this? This one here, as you can see, this variable. So status, then we have the assignment operator, just like we had here. And now again we have the ternary operator or the conditional operator in action. We have the expression 1, score greater than cutoff. Cutoff we have already defined as 52. So now if your score is greater than the cutoff, which is 52, then this expression 1 will return a true. As you can see here, it will return true, and the second expression, expression 2, will be executed. As you can see here, it will return true, the expression 1. It will return true, and the second expression, whatever this expression returns, will be stored in the variable. In case it returns false, whatever the expression 3 returns will be stored in the variable. So let's have a look. So after the question mark, we have the second expression, which shows P, which has been enclosed in single quotes because it's a character. We declared the status variable as char. So obviously we are going to store a character in it. And then we have the colon. In case the first expression returns a false, in case the score is not greater than the cutoff, it's less than cutoff, then F will be stored in status. And then we simply print the status under this printf statement. Your result is %C, which is the format string for status, and we'll see what happens. Let's just simply run this thing. So it shows enter your competitive exam score. So if I type 51, which is less than cutoff, it shows your result is F. If I write 52, then it will still show F. So there's a problem in our expression 1, which we correct right here. We have to put it greater than equal to. So save this and run this. Now if I enter the score as 52, which is equal to the cutoff, it will show P. Or if I enter something greater than that, let's say 67, then it will show again P. So that's the second case for the ternary operator. That's pretty much it for today. Hope you liked this video. If you did not like this video, leave a dislike. Thank you.